And welcome to Forging Justice 2020. I am really excited to be here this evening, and I hope all of you are as well, whether you're at home, at your law firm, or any place you may be watching. I'm Deb House, and I am our Director of Development and Compliance here at Legal Aid of East Tennessee. First of all, I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. This is a very unusual year, and Forging Justice this year is a very different event. If you've joined us in the past, you know what a great event this is and how much fun we have. But this year, we're doing it all online. So thank you very much again for joining us. If you purchased a ticket, you should have a saddlebag, and I hope you enjoy the goodies in the saddlebag. And later on in the program, you'll hear the names of the committee members who worked so hard to put all this together. This evening, for the next hour, there are going to be several exciting things going on that we hope will engage you and entertain you, and also help you understand the great work of Legal Aid of East Tennessee and our volunteers. Just a couple of things to mention now, and we'll go into more detail about this later. There's a silent auction that you can participate in with some really great items. We also have a horse race, which is a very unusual event for us. Usually at Forging Justice, you're seeing the owner of the studio forging something in iron. Since we couldn't do that live this year, we are going to have a program-wide horse race. And again, more details about that in a few minutes. But the most important thing is the reason for this event, and that is to honor all of the great volunteers in our community, lawyers, community leaders, and others who give so much of themselves, their time, and their talent to support our clients here at Legal Aid of East Tennessee. There's a great unmet need for civil legal aid. We estimate we need about 20% of the need for our low-income neighbors. And without the support of our volunteers, legal aid just absolutely could not do our job. And to really illustrate the impact that our work has, we're going to share with you a video featuring a couple of our clients to give you a first-hand understanding of their stories, the struggles they face, and particularly the pain that they endure in struggling with real legal problems day to day.
America is the nation with the finest resources to resist injustice, and ironically, its citizens with a legal claim and the fewest resources are unable to afford access to justice for the protection of their most basic necessities of life. These basic necessities include legal help for things like housing, illegal evictions, and unsafe living conditions, domestic violence, securing safety for themselves and their children, income maintenance and access to their benefits or insurance coverage, and consumer fraud. Can we have true democracy when struggling households have no choice but to accept injustice? Is justice for sale? For many, it may feel like justice is for sale. Justice is not for sale. But if you can't afford an attorney, you will have a difficult time getting access to it. The legal system is designed to operate with a clash of champions, or two knowledgeable lawyers who challenge and test evidence presented by each side so that the truth in the matter can emerge and a judgment may be made. If you don't know the rules of the court, or you can't afford to hire someone who does, you are at a disadvantage and you will have a difficult time accessing justice. In criminal court, an attorney will be appointed if you can't afford one. In most civil cases, courts cannot appoint an attorney. The mission of Legal Aid of East Tennessee is to strengthen the communities and change lives through high-quality legal services. Legal Aid's vision is an East Tennessee where justice is a community value and no one faces a legal problem alone. Legal Aid of East Tennessee and its volunteers challenge injustice. We fight for rights for the elderly and disabled. We fight for safe housing, and we fight for survivors of domestic violence.
I am a mother, a grandmother. I am a caregiver. I am a provider, and I am a role model. I was faced with the fact of being homeless to the point of where my children would be uprooted from the life that they were stable. And with legal aid, I was able to obtain the help that I needed because I could not afford a lawyer. And in the end, I won. The help that I got, you can get it. And that's what legal aid is. This organization help people that got their back up against a wall and don't know which way to go, don't know if their kids gonna get took away from them, or they gonna lose their home, or in a legal situation to where they can't fight because they don't know the law, they don't know what to do.
I am a father. Well, first of all, I'm a husband. Then I'm a father. We have 3 children, 11 grandchildren, all great. A good friend of ours suggested that legal aid might be something that we could avail ourselves of because conditions were rapidly deteriorating with my wife's physical well-being. When we were given the diagnosis and the warning that she only had a month or 2 to live, we made the decision not to put her in a hospice institution. We wanted her to be home. And surrounded by her family and friends, and that was a good decision. However, it required hospice care and nursing care. The fiscal impact of what has taken place just really set us way back, and it'll take some time to recover. As a result of all of that, I have to say that we're really grateful for the service that legal aid provides, because things were done that should have been done, were not done, but now are, and that provides a sense of stability and closure and confidence as events unfold in the future. So I have to express gratitude for that service. I know that there are others in the same set of circumstances as us, and I know that they would benefit from it as much as we have.
Think about the impact that legal aid had for just one of these individuals and the economic impact on the community by having a legal solution to their problem. Imagine over 6,101 individuals getting help last year. With the help that legal aid provided for these individuals, 12,068 people were assisted. Just think of this number. And within this number, there are 339 veterans, 4,212 children, 2,403 seniors, and 1,469 survivors of family violence. Because of Legal Aid of East Tennessee, $66 million was generated for local economy last year alone. Now imagine 32,348 individuals with legal problems during the last 5 years. These individuals and the members of their household benefited from legal help. The total number of individuals impacted by legal aid are 66,055. Now, what if I told you that they were only able to assist just 20% of eligible individuals due to lack of resources? One person can't do everything, but one person is enough to make a difference. Never underestimate the power of a small deed done in promoting justice. One person makes a difference. You make a difference. An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King Jr.
I want to acknowledge our clients that you just saw in the video. The bravery that it took for them to share their stories and the pain that they endured. That was certainly a very, very impactful video. And the video also concluded with some numbers that I want to talk about for just a moment. You saw the numbers of clients that we serve in a day, in a week, and in a year. And those are numbers for 2019. Well, 2020 is a totally different year, and we are seeing very different things in the demand for services and our clients. And with COVID, we only expect that demand to increase. So if we've been meeting 20% of the legal need in the past, imagine what it might be this year. And going into 2021, when we don't know where we land with the pandemic. So in these times, it's even more important that our community, in particular our legal community, give what they can in various different ways. And I want to talk for a moment about how you can support our clients at Legal Aid. First of all, volunteer. Volunteer to do pro bono work, which of course is the reason for this evening, acknowledging those who have come before you and giving of their time and talent to do pro bono work. That's part of the story. The other part of the story is financial resources. Legal Aid relies on a number of different funding sources, grants, foundations, the Legal Services Corporation, but importantly, our donors, our base that gives so generously of their talent and their money. You heard in the video a reference to economic impact. For every dollar that you donate to Legal Aid of East Tennessee, there is an $11.21 return back into our community. And this is documented by a recent economic impact study that was commissioned by the Tennessee Bar Association. So you may wonder, how can I give? There are many, many different ways. Of course, while this event this evening is intended to acknowledge our pro bono volunteers, it is also our major fundraising event for the year. And you will see on the screen a number to text to give. That number should be visible to you throughout this event this evening. And certainly that's one easy way to donate to Legal Aid of East Tennessee. You can also get on our website, www.laet.org, and you'll see on our front page a Donate Now button, which is another easy way to donate to Legal Aid of East Tennessee. Tonight and throughout the weeks of our events, there are two additional ways you can support Legal Aid and have a little bit of fun along the way. We do have a silent auction, which I mentioned earlier. It's one program-wide auction this year, and we've put together some really exciting experiences and packages that you can see on the auction website, and you can find the link to the website for the silent auction on the Facebook Live page as well. And finally, we're having a horse race, something new and different. This is an idea that one of our board members brought to us. And we have worked with some celebrities throughout our service area to be jockeys on the horses. And before I tell you about who the jockeys are and about the horse race, I want to acknowledge Tammy at Giddy Up Farms in Cleveland. She worked with us to make her farm and her horses available to us for some great video shoots. And we're going to see in a moment a little video of the bios of the various horse racers. So thank you to Tammy at Giddy Up Farms. So our horse racers include Mayor Glenn Jacobs in Knoxville, Aaron Chapman of Morristown, who's one of our board members, Tony Seaton of Johnson City, who many of you in that area know as a prominent private lawyer and also a former member of the Tennessee Access to Justice Commission, Lauren Elena, a prominent country music star from the Chattanooga area, and finally, Bob Corker, former mayor of the city of Chattanooga. And we will now turn to a video introducing in more detail the racers and how you can participate in the horse race. horse race by its very nature is a competition, and you saw our great racers, so why don't you engage in the competition with us? Find the racer from the area where you live, Chattanooga, Knoxville, Johnson City, and donate in support of that racer to move their horse along the track. And make it a competition between our lawyers in our various communities and have some fun with it. If you know a lawyer in Chattanooga or Knoxville or Johnson City, give them a call right now, text them right now and say, hey, I'm participating in this horse race. Why don't you do too? And see who can raise the most money for Legal Aid of East Tennessee. And now I would like to introduce our pro bono staff attorney in the Knoxville area. Before I do that though, I want to acknowledge Tanya Richardson. She is our pro bono paralegal that supports our pro bono work throughout the program and also has been the driving force between the video production that you are seeing this evening. Tanya personally shot all of the videos, all the award winners, the honorees, and went to shoot the video at the horse farm as well. So thank you, Tanya. So I would like to now introduce our pro bono staff attorney in the Knoxville area, Caitlin Torney, and Caitlin will guide you through the various award winners this evening.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Your support plays a vital role in enabling us to continue to provide pro bono services in our area. Although this is a virtual event, we hope you'll all come together and join us by sending messages of support and congratulations to our award winners through Facebook. We would also especially like to see your selfies. We hope you've received your saddlebags, which include wonderful treats from Goodness to Go, Ham & Goody's famous iced lemon cookies, and a beverage courtesy of Downtown Wine and Spirits. So mix yourself a drink, sit back, and join us in welcoming our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Mike Hammond, Criminal Sessions and Fourth Circuit Court Clerk for Knox County, and the voice of the Lady Vols.
Hello everyone, welcome to Forging Justice, Legal Aid of East Tennessee's annual pro bono celebration. Thank you for joining us virtually. We have tried to keep the feel of a live event even though we're unable to come together in person this year. We hope you will engage with us online and encourage you to comment, share selfies, and congratulate our awardees from your home or office as we all watch together. Legal Aid of East Tennessee provides civil representation to East Tennesseans who would otherwise have no one to help them secure their basic legal rights. From gaining orders of protection for victims of domestic violence, to preventing families from becoming homeless, to helping seniors with estate planning, the efforts of Legal Aid have ensured that thousands of low-income families and senior citizens in our community have been given a chance. In 2019, Legal Aid closed 6,101 cases, benefiting 12,068 individuals and family members. The Pro Bono Project at Legal Aid helps individuals with civil legal problems outside the scope of the services provided in-house, but they still have access to legal assistance by matching eligible clients with local private attorneys who provide free advice and often legal services. In the Knoxville area, 1,034 clients were matched through the Pro Bono program in 2019. The Pro Bono Project also partners with law students, local bar associations, and private attorneys to organize clinics to provide free legal advice to the community on a wide variety of topics. We look forward to recognizing the outstanding service of attorneys, law students, law firms, and community partners tonight. At this time, I'd like to introduce Sherry Fox, the Executive Director of Legal Aid of East Tennessee.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sherry Fox. I'm the Executive Director of Legal Aid of East Tennessee. I am so glad to see you tonight. I wish we were seeing one another in person, but I'm happy we are here together in this virtual space. I want to thank you again for joining us for this first ever virtual Forging Justice Pro Bono event. Like everyone, we are all changing the way we do things. So thank you for growing and evolving with us and walking this very different path with us this year. We are happy to have you here and I greet you warmly. I want to also take a moment to thank the many sponsors who have faithfully supported us year after year and those new sponsors who are supporting us this year. We could not do this without you. We could not do this important work. So we are very appreciative of your support. And to the many auction item donors, we really appreciate your support too. This has been a particularly difficult year for businesses. So as your support, the need for your support has increased, I know the difficulty in continuing to provide that support has increased. So thank you for your generosity. Thank you to this year's presenting sponsor, Edgerton, McAfee, Armistead, and Davis. We really appreciate your ongoing support of Legal Aid of East Tennessee. This year's Damascus sponsor is London and Amburn. We thank you very much for your support. Our titanium sponsors this year are Kramer Racing, Home Federal Bank, Mutual of America, and the University of Tennessee College of Law. This year's copper sponsors of Forging Justice are Hodges, Dowdy, and Carson, Eldridge and Blakeney, Furrow Auction Company, the law offices of Farmer and Dreiser. Thank you to our additional copper sponsors, Merchant and Gold, Kenneth Miller and Associates, Disability Law, Pew CPAs, and Wolf, McLean, Bright, Allen, and Carpenter. I'd like to thank our aluminum sponsors this year, Bass, Berry, and Sims, Breeding, Olenzock, Carter, Crippen, the East Tennessee Foundation, Elizabeth Meadows, Kaiser and Black, and the East Tennessee Lawyers Association for Women. The aluminum sponsors also include France, McConnell and Seymour, Heather Schubert, Payne, Tarwater, Bickers, Ritchie, Dillard, Davies and Johnson, Swafford Insurance, Tarpey, Cox, Fleshman and Lavelle, the IT Company, UT Federal Credit Union, and Watson, Roach, Batson, and Louderback. Thank you as well to this year's Friend of Legal Aid of East Tennessee sponsors, Bible Harris Smith, Jeffrey H. Tuck, Linda Gay Blanc, Lynn P. Talley, and Marshall Peterson. Thank you all very much for your sponsorship. I love this part of my job where I get to thank everyone. I want to thank our planning committee for the Knoxville area. You have made this possible. You have walked the walk with us. You have been creative, energetic, inspirational, and we thank you from the bottoms of our hearts. And the committee this year is composed of Chelsea Parrish, Courtney Walker, Gary Wade, Heidi Barsis, John Weinmiller, Linda Gay Blanc, Lynn Talley, Marshall Peterson, Megan Culver, Patricia Robledo, and Tasha Blakeney. Thank you all so very much for all your help and support and generosity of time, talent, and treasure. I also would be remiss if I did not give a huge thank you to Helms Production Company for guiding us along this entirely new and honestly quite confusing path as we put together this virtual event. Thank you so very much for your patience and creativity and for helping make it as easy as it has been. And I also am very fortunate to get to give a whole bunch of other thank yous. Thank you to the Knoxville Bar Association and the other local bar associations in and around the Knoxville area and all of our generous pro bono attorneys. We could not do this work without you. The clients you serve, the many ways you help us are essential to our ability to continue to provide access to justice and to strengthen this entire community. Thank you. I also have the privilege of thanking our very active and very committed Supreme Court justices who are again this year joining us in supporting our programs, and the access to justice commitment they made in 2010 does not dim with time. So thank you this year in particular to Justices Connie Clark, Holly Kirby, and Roger Page for taking the time out of their busy schedules to join us tonight as we continue this important work. And finally, congratulations to all of our amazing award winners this year. You inspire us, and a pandemic did not slow you down. Thank you so much. And again, welcome and thank you for joining us.
And now, I would like to introduce and say thank you to our special guests. Justice Connie Clark, who has been on the state Supreme Court since 2005 and has served as Chief Justice. Justice Holly Kirby, who was sworn in 2014. And the newest member of the state Supreme Court, Roger Page, who was sworn in 2016. They could not be with us here tonight, but they have each recorded a message for you.
Hello, this is Connie Clark, and it's my privilege to join you virtually as Legal Aid of East Tennessee celebrates and honors its own staff attorneys and all pro bono lawyers who have, during the last year, assisted people in East Tennessee to have real access to justice, to have aid in civil legal situations. The Supreme Court more than 10 years ago declared access to justice its #1 priority. We did that to join in and walk behind our partners in the legal aid organizations who already are in the trenches providing such services every day. We are so pleased also that thousands of Tennessee attorneys have now joined voluntarily to add their voices and to add their service. It's amazing what you can do to change the life of a Tennessean and sometimes their entire families by helping them with insurance needs, with obtaining benefits, sometimes with simply filling out forms or understanding court processes. And so know that the court sees what you do. We love what you do. We appreciate what you do. And we thank you so much for the job you have done this year. Have a happy celebration.
Hello, I'm Holly Kirby on the Tennessee Supreme Court. I am recording this for you in the midst of a global pandemic, and Tennessee is in the center of that pandemic. In a situation like this, our citizens feel isolated, they feel abandoned, they have all the same legal problems that ever arose, but they have much less access to help, to anybody to talk to anybody to even understand their problems. The work that you do is so important so that our citizens know that there are people to help them. We are part of their safety net. We on the court are so appreciative of everything that you do. It's important not only to our legal community and our justice system, it's important to our state and to our nation. Thank you for all that you are doing.
This is Justice Page in Jackson. I'm very honored to be with you today. This will be the 5th time I have talked to the people in East Tennessee about access to justice and the Attorneys for Justice Awards. I've done it twice in Tri-Cities and twice in Chattanooga, and 50 hours of pro bono service doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is, and the court appreciates your efforts. I am honored to be part of a Supreme Court that places so much emphasis on access to justice. All 5 of us are truly passionate about it. I can relate to my own experience and how rewarding it was to be paid in gratitude and not in money. And I do recall one time when I got a chocolate pie, but all attorneys benefit from doing access to justice work and pro bono work. You get to go to different courts and find out about different local rules, develop new skills, all the while helping others. And we're all doing the best we can in this pandemic. Congratulations to all of our Attorneys for Justice. I sure hope I can be with you in person next year.
And now, it's time for our awards ceremony. I'd like to introduce Caitlin Torney, Pro Bono Project Attorney for the Knoxville office of Legal Aid of East Tennessee.
My name is Caitlin Torney, and I am the Pro Bono Project Attorney at the Knoxville Office of Legal Aid. It is my honor to present the award for the Pro Bono Student of the Year. For the past 2 years, Clint Wren has worked as the Pro Bono Law Clerk at the Knoxville office. Last year alone, Clint placed close to 500 cases with local volunteer attorneys. And during a recent period of transition, Clint almost single-handedly kept the Pro Bono Project afloat. He is an invaluable source of knowledge and experience, and it is my very great honor to present this year's Pro Bono Student of the Year Award to Clint Wren.
Clint is currently a 3L at the University of Tennessee. Originally from Jackson, Tennessee, Clint briefly taught high school English before moving to Knoxville with his wife, Ashley. Since moving there, Clint has spent his time in legal education at both South College for a paralegal postgraduate certificate and the University of Tennessee as a law student. In what spare time he has, he enjoys helping his wife with her children's ministry, playing with his dog, and cooking. Clint is excited for his post-law school life and hopes to find an opportunity to continue serving his community as a member of the legal world. He's thankful for the fantastic learning experience Legal Aid of East Tennessee has and continues to provide, and he hopes to always find a way to support their mission of lifting up fellow Tennesseans. Today, Clint Wren is presented with the Pro Bono Student of the Year Award.
Well, it's a huge honor to have received this award. I can't really say I saw it coming. I don't see it so much as hard work. It's just something I enjoy doing. Being a part of the community and helping the community is something that's always been important to me, and I hope I can continue finding ways to serve the community. Thank you.
Caitlin Marie Jones is an associate attorney at the law offices of Andrew Farmer, PLLC. She's a Sevier County native and attended the University of Tennessee in Knoxville for her undergraduate degree, majoring in political science with a minor in history. She then went on to attend Belmont College of Law in Nashville, Tennessee. It was during a summer internship with T.J. Norton that she was introduced to the Sevier County Order of Protection Court. The experience she had volunteering and helping victims get protection stuck with her and piqued her interest into family, domestic, and juvenile law, and she was able to take several classes dedicated to those topics after her internship. On returning to Sevier County, Caitlin began to practice both family and civil law. Caitlin began volunteering for the OP days every chance she could get to help her community, gain experience, and have an opportunity to meet fellow attorneys and judges alike. Since passing the bar, Caitlin has volunteered for Order Protection Court 76 times and encourages others to volunteer when they can. Caitlin is fortunate enough to be a recent graduate of Leadership Tomorrow and is the Secretary-Treasurer of the Sevier County Bar Association. When she is not advocating for clients in the courtroom, she spends time traveling and playing trivia with her family and friends. Today, Legal Aid of East Tennessee honors Caitlin by presenting her with the Attorney of the Year Award.
Our Pro Bono Attorney of the Year this year is Caitlin Jones of Sevierville. Every year we award an attorney in our area who demonstrates a sustained commitment to pro bono service. Caitlin Jones has been a licensed attorney in Tennessee since 2016. She was dedicated to practice in her local community and returned home to Sevierville, where she takes a wide variety of cases. What really sets Caitlin apart is her commitment to OP Court in Sevierville. Every other Friday, Caitlin comes to Sevier County OP Court and organizes all of the volunteer attorneys that represent both petitioners and respondents in OP Court, often spending over 5 hours a day volunteering in order to help petitioners and respondents alike navigate the court system. It is my distinct honor to present the 2020 Pro Bono Attorney of the Year Award to Caitlin.
Thank you, Caitlin. I'm truly humbled to accept the Pro Bono Attorney of the Year Award. I always knew after I graduated law school I wanted to come back to my hometown and practice law. Order of Protection Court has given me the opportunity to help my fellow community members access the court system and get the protection that they need. I encourage everyone to volunteer in their communities, and I look forward to continue volunteering in my community and making a difference in my hometown.
London Amburn is a 24-attorney law firm located in Knoxville, Tennessee, with attorneys licensed in Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, Illinois, Virginia, New Mexico, and Georgia. Their practice areas encompass healthcare, mergers and acquisitions, general corporate and business, employment, workers' compensation, mediation, products liability, transportation, and a general civil trial practice in both federal and state courts. The founding members of the firm have practiced together for over 25 years, providing continuity of service to their clients. London Amburn is committed to providing excellent professional service and giving each client personal and responsive attention. Their practice is client-driven. Legal representation is tailored to meet the unique and individual needs of each client. The London Amburn firm adheres to a team approach in the representation of their clients. By relying upon their network of attorneys, paralegals, and administrative staff, they strive to ensure that their services are given in an efficient, professional, and timely fashion. They are committed to producing a high quality of work product and giving attention to detail. The London Amburn firm has received the highest rating from Martindale Hubbell, which rates lawyers' legal abilities and professional ethics based upon confidential opinions from other lawyers and judges. Today, London Amburn is awarded the Law Firm of the Year award.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Rice. I'm an attorney with the Knoxville law firm of Edgerton, McAfee, Armistead, and Davis. I'm also president-elect of the Knoxville Bar Association. I'm here today to present the Pro Bono Law Firm of the Year award. The Pro Bono Law Firm of the Year award is given to a law firm in Knox, Blount, Loudoun, or Sevier counties that has undertaken significant efforts in support of legal aid of East Tennessee. The award is based on a number of factors, including clinic participation and pro bono hours logged by the firm, attorneys, and staff, the creation of new projects, and the general pro bono engagement by firm attorneys in pro bono efforts in the community. Consideration is also occasionally given to financial support. London Amburn is our pro bono law firm of the year. The London Amburn attorneys are extremely active in the pro bono efforts of legal aid of East Tennessee. Megan Culver and Jessica Jernigan Johnson have each completed more than 50 hours of pro bono service in 2019, while Spencer Fair and Ian Hennessy each logged over 25 hours of pro bono service that year. In addition, attorneys at London Amburn are responsible for creating many popular clinics in Knox County in conjunction with Legal Aid of East Tennessee. For example, Spencer Fair was instrumental in founding the monthly Veterans Legal Advice Clinic, while Ian Hennessy is a founder and a key figure in organizing the Tennessee Faith and Justice Alliance Legal Advice Clinic. Finally, London and Amburn has been a staunch financial supporter of Legal Aid's pro bono program. Heidi Barkus and the Honorable Gary Wade both serve on the Forging Justice Planning Committee, and the firm is a consistent sponsor of the Forging Justice pro bono fundraiser at the highest levels. So I understand that Spencer Fair is here to accept the award today, so congratulations, Spencer.
I'm Spencer Fair. I'm here on behalf of my law firm, London Amburn. We are very proud to have been honored with Pro Bono Law Firm of the Year by Legal Aid of East Tennessee. It's a wonderful organization. We love helping out however we can. Many of our attorneys are involved. I personally am involved with the Veterans Clinic, which the Legal Aid of East Tennessee truly does a great job in assisting us with that and really doing most of the work. We appreciate the award, and we will continue to help whether we get an award or not.
The McNabb Center is the region's leading nonprofit provider of mental health, substance abuse, social, and victim services. By focusing on an individual's well-mind well-being, they provide a quality and compassionate approach to care from infancy through adulthood. Since 1948, the center has proudly served individuals with the most needs and the fewest resources. Today, the McNabb Center delivers support to more than 30,000 people throughout East Tennessee each year. The McNabb Center is presented the Community Partner of the Year Award.
Hi there, my name is Holly Fuller. I'm the managing attorney for the Knoxville offices of Legal Aid of East Tennessee, and I am here today to present this award to the McNabb Center. The Mental Health Law Partnership in Knoxville is a combined effort between Legal Aid and the McNabb Center, who is a premier behavioral health provider in East Tennessee. This is a first and one of its kind effort in Tennessee, focusing on mental health issues and the social determinants of health and the legal solutions that can impact the health outcomes for the patients. We have been honored to have partnered with you for the last year, and you could not be more deserving of this award. Thank you for taking this journey with us and letting us learn so much from you.
Thank you very much for this award. We are very excited to be Legal Aid of East Tennessee's awardee for Community Partner of the Year. It means a great deal, and it's certainly a humbling experience for us. Over a year ago, Legal Aid met with us to say, you know, if we dreamed a little bit, what kind of partnership could we have together? And we both wanted to get services for those that we serve access to legal representation or consultation. And for many of the patients that we serve at the McNabb Center, that can be challenging for a lot of different reasons. And so having Legal Aid of East Tennessee on site at our location has made a world of difference for about 100 individuals who were able to get services through Legal Aid of East Tennessee that they might not have gotten previously. So we believe truly, along with Legal Aid, that the more we can bring services to individuals and reduce barriers, the better. So I think through this partnership and this endeavor, we were able to do that successfully. Thank you very much.
Dave was born in Elkhart, Indiana. He graduated from Purdue University and was awarded a Juris Doctorate from Valparaiso University School of Law in 1974. Dave began his career as a legal aid staff attorney in Michigan. In 1982, he was selected as Executive Director of Legal Aid Services of Northwest Indiana. In 1993, he was hired as Executive Director of the Knoxville Legal Aid Society, which later became Legal Aid of East Tennessee. He retired from Legal Aid of East Tennessee in 2015. Dave and his wife have a son who is a lawyer and a daughter who is an urban planner. He thanks them for their support as he has pursued his career. For recreation, Dave enjoys autocross, a form of sports car competition. Today, Dave Yoder is inducted into the Donald F. Payne Memorial Hall of Fame.
Good evening. You know, I'm honored and pleased to be part of this year's induction into the Don Payne Pro Bono Hall of Fame. This year's inductee became part of the Tennessee Access to Justice and Legal Services community in 1993, soon after I joined the faculty at UT as director of our legal clinic. That was over 27 years ago. And when he arrived, Dave Yoder had already established himself as a true champion for access to justice, for legal services, and for pro bono through his work in Michigan and in northern Indiana. Since then, Dave Yoder has worked tirelessly to advance the cause of truly equal access to justice for all. You know, Tennessee's recognized as a leader in access to justice across the country, and Dave Yoder's a big reason for that. Let me just give you a few examples and highlights. Dave has been a zealous advocate for victims of domestic violence, as exemplified by his commitment to establishing the Family Justice Center in Knoxville and ensuring that it had a civil legal assistance component. He's also been a leader in the medical legal partnership programs across the state, and all that built on his initial success in establishing a medical legal partnership with Erlanger Hospital in Chattanooga. He's always worked tirelessly as an advocate for increased funding for legal services programs, sometimes and so sadly without success, but to try and continue to help the poor and disenfranchised, to give them a voice. I remember when Dave successfully navigated the consolidation of the 3 legal service programs in East Tennessee into one single, more effective organization, what we now call Legal Aid of East Tennessee. Dave always worked with UT Law to involve law students in LAET's efforts. Both as interns, they hired interns, and as volunteers in the pro bono programs that the two organizations partnered with. Things like, I don't know if Dave remembers this one, Student Assisted Legal Research, STAR, and other unique efforts. All that work helped foster an ongoing commitment to pro bono on the part of future lawyers. Since his retirement, after an incredibly remarkable 40-year career, his efforts to improve our profession continue unabated. He still is heavily involved in access to justice efforts. He is at every single access to justice event I have ever attended. He supports diversity and inclusion in legal education and in the profession. Just one example, he's helped establish and he serves on the board of Tennesseans for Historical Justice, recognizing that until we address and deal with our history of racial inequality in the United States, we're not going to move forward. You know, as I think back over the last 3 decades, I quickly come to the conclusion and truly believe that there would not even be a Don Payne Pro Bono Hall of Fame had it not been for Dave Yoder. You know, I remember probably at least 25 years ago, I was at a meeting about pro bono in Dennis McLean's office, high above Knoxville, and who was there and who were working together but Don Payne and Dave Yoder to figure out how we could involve the law school and how we could advance pro bono efforts in East Tennessee. You know, at the core of Don Payne's pro bono legacy is Saturday Bar. Don was at almost every Saturday bar that occurred, and he made sure after Saturday Bar that the lawyers and the law students got to know each other better over a beer. Who created Saturday Bar? Dave Yoder. Dave was inspired by Don, and Don was inspired by Dave. Together, they were a force. So I am very, very pleased to be part of Dave Yoder's extremely well-deserved induction into the Don Payne Pro Bono Hall of Fame. Dave?
Let me start by saying thank you. I really appreciate this recognition from Legal Aid of East Tennessee. I also want to thank Doug Blaze, and I'm going to call you Doug because we've been around a long time, and I'll skip all the dean and professor and all those things that you've worked so hard and earned so well. Don Payne, and I go back a long time, and I appreciate this especially because of the work that I know Don did and that he stood for, and the opportunities that we had to work together, and the things that he taught me along the way. I especially remember after each Saturday bar, Don and various lawyers that had volunteered and law students would gather around the small desk in the hallway of Legal Aid of East Tennessee, the old office, and just talk. And it was, I used to tell people, it was like going to law school the way law school should have been. We would discuss all kinds of legal topics. We'd talk about the clients and their affect and the issues they brought to us. And it was always an incredibly rewarding Saturday morning. And then, as Doug said, we would most often move to a establishment with liquid refreshment. And Don was quite the brewmaster himself. And he would sometimes educate us a little bit about the brews as we went. But Don always treated the students. He would pay for their lunch and their beer, and we would just have a grand time. Don was one of those people that we could always call on and count on when it came to Saturday Bar or other pro bono activities. He would carry a regular caseload, and he worked really hard. And it was clear that he really cared about the legal work that he did. So again, this is a tremendous recognition that I truly appreciate. I miss Don, I need to say that. But there are so many fine lawyers in our community, and I've gotten to meet more and more law students, even actually after I retired, but this has been tremendous. It would be inappropriate for me not to also thank my family, my wife and our son and our daughter. As those of you who practice understand, we don't get anything done without their support, especially when you commit to things beyond the normal work hours. Without their support and understanding, none of it would be possible. I also want to thank the staff of Legal Aid over all of these years through the expansion and everything. This is an incredible program, incredibly dedicated and knowledgeable attorneys and paralegals and support staff who day in and day out do the hard work. So again, I want to thank them, and again, thanks to Doug and everyone.
Hello, my name is Hanson Tipton, and I'm the 2020 Knoxville Bar Association President. The KBA is proud to support Legal Aid of East Tennessee and the Pro Bono Project. For years, the KBA has encouraged members to do pro bono work by offering a free lunch and learn to attorneys with 25 hours of pro bono service in a year, and a free extended CLE program to attorneys with 50 hours or more. Not only do we offer these incentives, but we also have very active access to justice committees through the KBA and the KBA barristers. Both of these access to justice committees are focused on the KBA's goal of improving the efficiency, fairness, and accessibility of justice to all citizens. Much of our work this year has been designed to foster attorneys' involvement with nonprofit organizations and to assist veterans and their families, those that are homeless and those facing debt. Significant partnerships to accomplish these clinics include those with local churches, the UT College of Law, the LMU Duncan School of Law, Knox County Public Defender's Community Law Office, District Attorney General's Office, and Tennessee Faith and Justice Alliance. In the spirit of the KBA's commitment to pro bono work and our partnership with Legal Aid, I am proud to announce the following 2019 KBA Pro Bono honorees. Those who have completed more than 25 hours: Edwin Anderson, Wade Boswell, Bill Coley, Emma Drozdowski-Webb, Paul Drozdowski, Doug Dunn, Patrick Dunn, Spencer Fair, Lynn Tarpey, Carolyn Gilliam, Ian Hennessy, Patrick McHenrick, Ken Miller, F. Scott Milligan, and Tom Dickinson. And now those attorneys who have completed more than 50 hours of pro bono work: Megan Culver, Donald Farinato, Jessica Jernigan Johnson, Caitlin Jones, Stacy Miller, Kevin Newton, and Ed Shoemaker. The KBA would like to congratulate these attorneys on their hard work and thank them for their service to the legal community and the community as a whole. Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Don't forget to visit the online auction and donate in support of your favorite racer in our virtual derby. County Mayor Glenn Jacobs will be representing Knox County on his horse, Candy Cane. We are so very grateful for the continued support we receive from our local community. Your generous donation of time, skill, and financial resources ensures that we will be able to continue to provide legal support in our community in the coming year. And I hope to see you all in person in 2021 for the next Forging Justice.
Thank you for joining us. We want to say again, congratulations to the outstanding attorneys, law students, law firms, and community partners for their work on behalf of the court and the community.
evening and welcome to Forging Justice 2020. I am really excited to be here this evening and I hope all